MotorWeek is made possible by RockAuto.com.
And as for our next car, it's also arousing a lot of interest, with a whole new shape to keep us interested for quite a while. This is the third generation Honda Accord. And how will this new shape fit into the overall family sedan marketplace? Well, for that answer, you have to look at the Japanese share of it. And a funny thing is happening there. It's growing. No, we're not just talking about popularity, but about size. So you can understand why Detroit isn't laughing when they see cars like the redesigned front-drive Honda Accord aimed squarely at their bread-and-butter volume car lines. Pop-up lights set off the Accord's beautiful styling that boast a low drag coefficient for the four-door of only 0.32. Compared to last year's model, the new Accord has 6 inches more wheelbase, now at 102.4. That's nearly the same as the Plymouth Caravelle and Dodge 600 four-doors. However, overall length grew only 3 inches. Inside, the look of our top-line LXI is integrated, very luxurious, and warm. With wide doors that open aircraft style into the roof, entrance front and rear is indeed effortless. The seats are hard, not German hard, but hard nonetheless. Support, though, was excellent, with plenty of seat travel for 6-footers and beyond. The LXI, however, did come standard with a power sunroof, and that cuts into the Accord's headroom, which is not that generous to begin with. The Accord's dashboard is beautiful, sculptured, again integrated, with all controls well marked and easy to use. If this sounds again like a German car, well, that does seem to be Honda's image of itself. Although I wish it didn't extend to the instruments. They're clear enough, but lacking in both oil pressure and voltage. Since the LXI is the top-level Accord, it contains just about every Honda convenience as standard. That includes a power antenna with a full-logic AM/FM cassette stereo, air conditioning and rear seat ventilation ducts, adjustable steering wheel, power windows, power door locks, and dual power outside mirrors, and a lockable inside release for the trunk, which, by the way, is wide and flat with a sill so low that it meets the bumper. The rear seat also folds for even more cargo room, although we wonder why it's not a split design for maximum people versus things carrying ability. But okay, so how does it go? Well, quite well, thanks to a super smooth 2-liter 12-valve 4-cylinder power plant. With multi-port injection in the LXI, it generates 110 horsepower and 114 pound-feet of torque. Other Accords make do with carburation and slightly less power. From a standing start, even with an automatic, LXI launches were crisp with minimal wheel spin and torque steer. From 0 to 60, we managed a fast 9.7 seconds. Passing's no problem either, with only 4.1 seconds needed to accelerate from 40 to 55. The Accord's transverse engine is an enlarged version of last year's motor, and it uses a special hydraulic motor mount to help damp out vibration. It works well. Transaxles include a precise shifting 5-speed and our car's smooth 4-speed automatic with lock-up torque converter. Following the trend of its prelude, Honda has gone to a double wishbone suspension arrangement up front. It gives better wheel travel geometry and a lower hood line than would be possible with more typical struts. However, on the Accord, the independent rear also uses wishbones. This allows the Accord to have a superior highway ride while maintaining fairly competent handling. There is more body roll than we think Honda should allow, but the steering is precise with good feel. And on the open road, all of the qualities that make a family sedan popular came through loudly, including a luxury car sound level of 66 decibels at 55. For this Accord, tar strips just cease to exist. And mileage? Well, the EPA says to expect 23 in the city and 29 on the highway. We beat the estimates with 30 on our economy loop. Sounds great, huh? Right, just like a Honda. But unfortunately, so is the price. We have only a little quarrel with suggested tabs that range from $8,800 for the DX hatchback to $13,700 for our LXI sedan. But we know dealers that ask and get $18,000 for this same car, and that's just too much. even for a compact sedan that has just been named Car of the Year in Japan. But there are a lot of wonderful items about the new Accords. The styling is sensational, the interior roomy, comfortable, and smart. Power comes on willingly, and the highway ride is excellent. It's solid, well-engineered, economical, and so on. The things we don't care for come in a much shorter list. We would like even more handling response, even if we have to give up a little ride quality. Headroom is still at a premium, and although we are talking about supply and demand, we don't like the inflated price asked for Accords by many dealers. Honda can't do much about that, restraint of trade and all that, so we're told. So they'll just continue doing what they do, making a superior sedan, both at home and where this car came from, Marysville, Ohio. But I don't think even knowing that this Honda was made in Ohio will quell the fears of all those in Michigan who are worried about the influx of family sedan competition. So, unless Honda dealers who can sell twice the number of Accords that they get fall on their own swords, the Accord is going to be hard to stop. And we'll see you next time.